welcome to the first video of the 2022 legislative session, the second half of the 151st General Assembly. I'm joined by the great Senator Brian Pettyjohn from Georgetown. Sir, how are you?
I'm doing great, Matt, thanks.
Well, I tell you, it is great to be back in the building, is it not?
It is. It's great to see the public back here again and participating in the process that they should be participating in. There's a lot going on here today with a bill that's over in the House of Representatives. But it's great seeing everybody here, the representatives of different organizations, members of the general public that just want to see what's going on. It's great to have that energy back here in Legislative Hall again.
No, absolutely. Well, before we get into the kind of the weeds of the legislation and such, we did have a tragic loss this past week with Chief Pridemore, the Clayton Fire Company. Our thoughts and prayers are with the Pridemore family, his family at the fire company, the community, and the entire firefighter community as well.
And the town. He was a town manager there. And one thing in talking to people that knew him, he was a public servant at heart. He was a servant at heart. And it's tragic to lose somebody like that is very involved in their community and always has their community on the forefront of their mind. But he's going to be missed, and that community suffered a great loss, and our hearts, thoughts, and prayers go out to him.
So there's a lot of issues going on within Legislative Hall, but around the world. Probably the most important and everything that the top on everyone's mind is the war in Ukraine.
Yeah, absolutely, and that has far-reaching impacts on just about every sector of our everyday lives, and it's generating a lot of conversations, around the kitchen tables right now. Whether it's about what's going to happen, is the United States going to get sucked into this conflict? Conversations about gas prices and propane, heating oil prices. We're kind of coming to the end of the heating season, which means we're going to come into the beginning of the driving season and the family trip season, and that's definitely going to affect people's plans. This summer and what they're going to do. Are they going to go out on family trips? Airlines are looking to reduce the flights and increase fares because of fuel. You're going to see the dreaded fuel surcharge on a lot of bills that you get, whether it's for your trash delivery or FedEx, UPS, things like that. Whenever fuel prices get high, they'll tack on fuel surcharges. So it's really going to ripple across the economy, and it's something that is going to be on the forefront of a lot of people's minds, of how that's going to affect their wallets and their pocketbooks. But really, what we should be focusing on is just, hoping and praying that, the leaders that are involved, everybody that's involved, they're going to have cooler heads. Cooler heads will prevail, and this conflict will end quickly.
Kind of shifting back to Legislative Hall and things that we do have direct impact on, particularly as it pertains to the economy. So the Senate just voted this past Tuesday on Senate Substitute 2 to Senate Bill 1.
Right.
What exactly does Senate Bill 1 do?
So Senate Bill 1 deals with paid family leave here in the state of Delaware. They say it's not for small businesses, but it's really businesses of 25 employees or more, which I really consider a lot of small businesses as well. It will provide up to 12 weeks of paid family leave for different life events, whether it's the birth of a child, being a caregiver to a family member who has a serious health condition, and other life events. And you can look at the details of that. I guess you'll put a link to the bill here at the bottom of the video. But it will provide those 12 weeks of paid leave for Delaware employees. Now, there will be an associated payroll deduction. That's going to be mandatory. It'll be 0.4% and it's going to be 0.8% is the premium. Half of that 0.4% is going to be from a payroll deduction, and then the other 0.4% is going to be the contribution from the employer. It'll be just like the Social Security tax, Medicare tax, the ones that are split by the employer and the employee. So, we've been hearing from businesses on this. Because it's something that's definitely going to impact businesses. From an employee side, it's great because they'll be able to take that leave to do those things, and from that point of view, it's a good thing. But you got to remember that there's always an employer that's signing the front of that check, and they're concerned about how their business is going to be able to continue when they are losing employees for 3 months, possibly 3 months. How are they going to continue to offer the products or make the products, offer the services? Especially these smaller places where you don't have people that can do. You have some very specialized types of employees there. You can't just bring somebody in off the street and replace them. A lot of those small businesses, they're very specialized, and they have employees to do certain tasks. And they're concerned about how that's going to affect their ability to stay in business.
Now, the concern around the legislation wasn't necessarily with the policy itself, paid family leave, but rather, as you mentioned, the 0.4%, which is essentially an income tax increase.
Yeah, it's a tax increase. Yeah,
and
it is a tax.
And then a 0.4% increase essentially on your payroll, right? So despite the bill not actually going to affect, if it passes the House and the governor signs it, which he has indicated he will, this will not take effect until 2025, but with all the uncertainty that's going on globally and within our economy, do you think this is a good time to be essentially increasing taxes as businesses begin looking forward 3-4 years to create their own business plans?
No, I mean, a couple things. One, with the global uncertainty in the global markets right now, it's a tough time to do that. But we're also in a recovery mode from COVID-19 and all of the negative economic impacts from that. So there is a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of variables in business right now. This is just another variable that's adding to the complexity of when a business takes a look at what they're going to have to do, not just this year, not just next year, but the year 3, the year 4, the year 5, and so on and so forth. How they're going to be able to manage their finances, how they're going to be able to manage their personnel as well. Personnel costs are normally the highest costs that a business incurs. Not a utility cost, not insurance costs. It's direct personnel costs, and looking at all of those variables and then adding this next variable in there, it just makes those projections less and less certain the further out you go.
And if you have a company that has, say, a $250,000 quarterly payroll, 0.4%, although the percentage doesn't sound like much, that'll add up pretty quickly.
It's not an insignificant number at that point in time.
Well, Senator, it was a pleasure.
Yep, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
But in the meantime, check out DelawareSenate.com. Look at the links below this video. Sign up for your senator's newsletters to stay informed. But until next time,
We'll see you then.
We'll see you then.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Yep.